If you collect vintage appliances, you will undoubtedly have come across, especially on vintage ones, perished Indian rubber mains cable. Now, for those of you who watch my channel normally, yes, this is the 119 that I got given to refurbish, but I thought I would do a secondary video about how to replace the mains cable on a Hoover Junior 119, because it's not difficult, but it is quite fiddly. So for the purposes of this video, because I'm still filming the before, I haven't actually heard this run yet, I'm just going to chuck this on. It's not earthed, it should be okay, but I'll do it properly so, you know, I can talk you through it, and then, well, see if it runs and I can show you what to do. So without further ado, let's get going. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums and Hoover 119 aficionados. How are you today? Yes, it is a bit fiddly to replace the mains cable on one of these, mainly because it stays outside until the very end. It isn't like the newer Juniors, it just pops in the back and there it is. This does require a little bit more. So, we'll take the bag off to give us lots of space. And then we can, and I'm going to try and do it with the handle left on, to, you know, be fairly accurate. Chop the plug off the end. In fact, to be honest, even I'm doing this a little bit silly, because this cable is scrap. So I'm going to cut it up now because I started to pull it through. But yeah, basically, just take the cable off, and unfortunately, that is now fit for the bin. Oh, in case you haven't watched the other video, the earth cable sheathing has turned to dust and the live and neutral crack when you bend it. So now I can pull you down because everything else is going to be down here. I probably will take the handle off just to make this easier, and it is just one bolt. So, you know, I do recommend that you take it off just because it makes it easier to work on this. Here we go. So, with the cable cut off, you can see it goes around the side of this handle bail. In fact, we can remove this clamping clip, which is what holds it into the back of there. And then with a screwdriver, just knock off the cable clips. There we go, there's one. And the other one sits halfway down the side. Now let's try a slightly different method. There you go. Like if you twist it from the back, it just snaps off. So there are our two cable clamps, and then you'll find that the cable starts to appear. Next, we have to push it through the handle bail, and then, this isn't going to take very long, we are here. We need to undo this bottom cover. Where we can see where the wires go. Now obviously if you do this properly, you would have 3-core flex for a 119. You would have the earth, the live and the neutral. Now I don't think the live and the neutral fully matters where it goes, although we will match it back up. So the live goes to this end one and the neutral goes to that middle one and the earth goes here. Now I'm going to just cut the earth for now, because although it'll get, oh there we go, look, you can see, look, it's just falling apart. So we'll leave it unearthed for now, but I would recommend that you put 3-core cable back on. This will certainly get it. And then we can undo this clamp, which is what stops the mains cable from being pulled out of the machine. And then you undo the 2 terminal brackets, screws even. And this isn't the original cable because it doesn't have a ring on it, I can just pull it out like so. Then, and this bit can be quite difficult, you want to pull the inner cable from this, which is the protective sleeve that runs all the way around, and we can see that the actual internal wiring is okay. I mean, the whole machine is about to have a refurb anyway. I just want to hear it run. But we need to stick a new cable on, because, you know, it's just going to be easier. So pretend that you've gone and got yourself some lovely brown flex from the internet to match it, you know, a good 9 metres, so it's long. And we actually need the handle back, because we've got to push this through, and I'll fit it properly to show you, even though it's not staying. Push it through this top piece here and pull a lot through, so you can put it to one side and have enough to work on. Now this next bit is never fun, and that's getting it back into here. Now what I would normally do, and what I do when I refurbish this, is wash it thoroughly, and then drop it in really hot water so it goes really, really floppy. And that will then hopefully aid pushing the cable in. This flex is a bit thinner, so I'm hoping that will help, but as it is now, it's got all the bends from decades of being sat in the same place. This cable being thin has helped, because there it is. But yeah, normally if you've got, you know, quite thick cable, especially 3-core, you need to persevere. So now we should have 3. We have 2. The earth terminal is literally just a little nut sat just there that you can attach the cable to, but we're not going to be doing that here, because I'm fine turning it on briefly without it being earthed. So which will take our neutral wire, and again, you probably should use crimps, but I'm a little bit on the fence, because you can get quite a neat tight little circle without using crimps, and if you then put it underneath the corresponding wire, it will clamp itself down and do quite a good job, if I can find my screwdriver, of staying in place. Let's just find the start of the thread. There it is. And there is one done. Do exactly the same as the other one. So we'll take out, you can't really see very well, but there's not a lot I can do to bring you much closer, I'm afraid. It's fairly self-explanatory when you get there. On these, it's the live that's interrupted by the switch. All the neutral does is connect straight to the field coil wire. It's the live that gets broken by the switch. Come on, catch thread. There we go. And then we have our mains cable wired back up. I shall pop. In fact, no, we need to pop this back down first. So, we forgot to go. We might be alright to go around the back. I forgot to feed it through, but we might actually get away with it. Right, so that's enough internal cable to do that. Ah, yes, look at that. We should be okay. It's not going to be perfect, although it is only a test. So yes, always remember to put your cable through the right way. I haven't done that, but we'll be okay for now. I don't think anybody noticed. We'll be okay. Pop the cable clamp back in. Might need to manipulate the wires about a little bit just to help it sit properly. There we go. Then we can actually put this bottom plate back on now. When it's done, obviously it's now not an earth machine, so don't go using it for much more than just testing it. actually runs, which I always like to do with machines that I've got in for work, so I know what I'm up against really. There we go. And although this isn't going to quite be as it should, because I've messed up where everything goes, we can do a fairly convincing job, although I'm going to leave it out at the back, of putting these clips back on. And again, it's quite fiddly, but you put one side in, push it around the back, and then I recommend, although I now can't find my pair, a set of needle nose pliers. And you just have to manipulate it into place. And eventually you'll get everything lined up and it will just snap nicely in, like so. There you go, it didn't even need... I think it's because this bottom bit isn't sitting right, because it should go around the back and tuck under. So we'll have to sort of pretend that I've wired it up properly. If you stay tuned to the channel, on the after video, you'll see it wired up nicely. And then we can put the cable up the back with its little clamp in place. It sits in there. We can put the handle back on and its lower bolt. And we're going to have to pull the wire through. Oh, yeah, you can see it through this bit. Obviously, pretending again it's not a horrible grey cable that is just for testing purposes. We'll refit the bag, and then hey, we may as well fire it up in this video and we'll see if it explodes. I'll just walk off camera and go and plug this in. See what happens. Nothing, but we don't know what the switch is doing. Hey. Check it's not live with the back of the finger. Hey, that doesn't sound too bad. So there we go, folks, how to rewire. Obviously pick a nice 3-core cable. If you're in the UK, Toolstation do a lovely 3-core rubberised cable for about £25 for 50 metres, which is incredibly good price. And that's quite nice of these oldies. I've used it before. This, just to test it works, which it does, but I thought I would show you how to go along the way, because unfortunately if you pick up one of these from eBay for 99p, I would put money that the cable won't be very good. If it is good, you've got very lucky indeed. So, thank you very much for watching. Might be something more exciting next week, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.